A little while ago, I was on Whatnot and bid on a few Funko Pops during an auction. And they just arrived, so we're going to be checking them out today. But before we get into those, I actually have a little pile of other Funko Pops that I got from a different Whatnot auction, and I'm super excited to see them. And if I'm going to be honest, some of these I already have in my collection because they were mystery ones that I got over on Fugitive Toys. If you guys don't know, Fugitive Toys is a store, but they also do a bunch of different stuff on the app, and usually I'll go on there and they'll like randomly select a number, and then that's the character you get. They call it an unmystery box. So the stuff that I have here is a mystery when you're getting it, but now I know what it is, of course. And so let's just get into the first one here, which was this Mickey Mouse for the 90th anniversary, and I guess it was box number 4. Oh, and also, as you guys probably could have guessed, this video is sponsored by Whatnot. So while I'm talking about these characters here, I'll tell you a little bit about the app. The next one that I got, though, was Odie, and it's the only time they've ever turned him into a pop. Like, if you take a look on the back, there's Garfield, and then this single version of him, and I think we're up to like maybe 10 different Garfield Pops. And I feel like with the new movie releasing, maybe this one could get more expensive, who knows? And now also, if you guys haven't heard of Whatnot before, it's an app where you can buy, sell, and even auction off your own collectibles, and I love to go on there and just pick up like random characters you don't see in stores anymore. Like with both of these ones here, this was a Funko Shop exclusive from years ago, and Odie I haven't seen in, well, years as well. And now this next one that we've got here is a really great character. It is the White Lantern Batman, one that I actually needed for my Batman collection. I'll be honest, I have a lot of the Caped Crusader, so it was really cool that I got a Batman pop from the mysteries, but also one that I needed for the collection. And that's honestly why I like Whatnot so much, just because of the amount of variety of things that you can get. Like, you wouldn't see these many places, actually anywhere now. Oh, and also, Whatnot doesn't just sell pops. They do video games, Pokemon cards, streetwear like shoes, as well as brands that you know, like Supreme and stuff like that. There really is a good variety. And also, here's the next one that I got, which was Claire from Modern Family. Another character I do not have in the collection. I remember when this set first released, I got Phil, and I probably still have Phil somewhere around here. I just haven't seen him in a little while. So anyways, it's cool to have both Claire and Phil together. Probably the best two to have, actually. And I mean, I already had Phil, so it works out that I got Claire. And anyways, let's get on to the next one here, which is actually one that I was going to trade, because if you guys don't know, during the stream, you could actually say, I'll swap it for another prize. And I was gonna swap Larry Bird, because I'm not the biggest basketball fan. Of course, I enjoy the local team, which is the Raptors, of course. I don't know why I said team. I was thinking of sports in general, and I was gonna say teams. Whatever. Either way, I picked this one up for my friend Rye. Some of you guys may know him, Rye the Pop Guy. And actually, now that I'm saying this, Whatnot is also a great place to get gifts for people. Especially people that are hard to shop for. Like, for example, me, I have way too many Funko Pops. You can't just go to GameStop to pick up one random character. I probably have it. And then everybody, the last one that we have here is Blue from Blue's Clues. Such a great one. There's also a flocked version, but this is that original one. And honestly, I just love this one, especially with the art that they have on the side of the box. Actually, let me show you that quick, because it's got like a bunch of different characters here. Like, I could see Mr. Salt and Mrs. Pepper. And let me see, we've also got the clock, which I'm gonna be honest, I kind of forget the clock's name. Is it literally just clock now that I think about it? It might be. And so anyway, some really cool stuff. And if you guys want to check out Whatnot for yourself, I will have it linked in the description down below. And if it's your first time on the app or you've never downloaded it before, you can get $15 off your first purchase. Because when you think about it, most pops are like, you know, $10 to $20, so you could get a pretty good chunk knocked off for that if you do want to buy something. Alrighty, everybody, so here is the expensive box, which I am so pumped to get into. And if you guys didn't watch that video, I definitely recommend going back, even if you are going to be checking out this one first, because there was a lot of other random characters that I don't pick up that you definitely want to check out. And now, I don't know where to start. Maybe let's do the cheapest one first, which is going to be this character here. Yes, 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 yes. Oscar the Grouch. Kind of loud, sorry. Oh yeah, this is great. And honestly, the box has a little bit of wear on it, but I don't really care because I just wanted to like get every single Sesame Street character, and this was the last one I needed. And now I think I've talked about this in past videos. I have Super Grover, I don't have Grover. So I guess technically I am still missing one, but we're practically done because of course I have a Grover in the collection. But here is Oscar. Look at how great this is. And yeah, I think the only little bit of damage is this crease on this side here, which honestly you can't really complain about. It's such an old character. I think it released in like, yeah, 2015. It's almost 10 years ago. This is also one of those characters that I definitely want to take out of the box because I love the little details on him. Of course, the scram on the front there, the way he's got the trash can lid, and then the worm, which I always think is named Wormy, but I feel like it's not. She's got a real name. Also, actually, speaking of Oscar, I remember from when I was younger, one of the movies with Oscar in it. It was called, I believe it was Elmo in Grouchland, I think is what it was called. And I remember for some reason watching it on Netflix Christmas morning. Everybody had got it. This might even be in a video. Everybody was still sleeping and I didn't know what to do for like an hour to an hour and a half. And I was on Netflix. It was the first thing that popped up and I was like, you know what? I'll watch it. And it's a pretty good movie. Even for how old I was, I think I was like, what, maybe, while I was filming videos, so let's say like 16, maybe 17 at the time. Sesame Street is for everybody. Anyways, I'll also show you guys the back of the box where you can see the rest of the set, and this is only Wave 1, not Wave 2, because in Wave 2, it was Big Bird, Elmo, the Count, and Grover. All right, now everybody, next up here, we have, oh wow, okay, this guy's cool. It is Two-Face, yeah! I say yeah like that because I kind of forgot that I got this one, but then as soon as I took him out of the box, I'm like, oh, right, this one's sick. Oh my gosh, yeah, I love this thing, especially because it is like that comic book version of him, so he is just so bright and vibrant. I love it. And actually, you know what, taking a look at the back of the box here, I think I talked about this with Hawkman, or maybe I didn't mention it. Either way, I wanted to try and do a video once I finish off Disney Series 2, because I still need to complete that. I'm 2 characters away, and don't think I forgot about it, because I will be finishing it off soon. But anyways, this here on the back seems like kind of like the ultimate set to complete. I kind of want to try for it. I have 9 out of 18, so about half. It really would be a tough one to try to finish, but I think if I could do it, it'd be pretty fun. And anyways, now taking a look at Two-Face a little bit closer up, this really is one of those classic pops with the way that he's got the arms to the sides. He is holding a coin in his hand, and it's kind of funny because I'm looking here on the side of the box, it's got a yellow version of it, but in his hand, it's kind of silver. I wonder if that was just something that was like swapped up when they actually created the character, because sometimes the glam shot isn't exactly the same as the pop, especially when it comes to a lot of these older characters. Yeah, but anyways, this is just a really, really cool one, and I love to have weird stuff like this in the collection. Alrighty, let me put this back into its case nice and carefully, and then we'll get on to the most expensive character that I got out of all of the stuff that we've talked about today. And this is just such a crazy one because I have the original Chase Batman, and now I've got a second one from that set to add to the collection. Here we go, everybody. This is crazy cool. Now, fun fact that I've talked about this a bunch of times on the channel, but I remember picking up that Batman in stores. I think I got it over at Target when it was still in Canada. And now to have this in the collection, it really is crazy. Oh my gosh. Yeah, like take a look at this, everybody. It is the original Chase Superman where he's metallic. It is just such an amazing figure. Now, I don't remember exactly how much I paid for this one, but I do know it was a pretty good amount. Might have been like around $200, something like that. But for a Chase so original like this one here, especially because it does have that DC Universe logo. And it says, actually, this is funny, it was still available in 2016. You can tell by that first number there. So the Chases, I remember when it came to these ones here, was a little bit weird because the original Funko Pop Chases were actually 1 in 36. I know now they're a 1 in 6, so they're a little bit easier to find. But when it came to these ones here, you could not get them anywhere. Like, I was lucky to find one of them out of my entire pop career. Okay, look, pop career is a little bit of a weird way to describe it, but what I'm saying is they really are tough to get. So when you saw them in stores, you had to pick them up right away. And now when it comes to these original DC characters, don't quote me on this, but I believe this is how it worked. When it had the DC Universe logo at the top, that's when you could get the Chases. When they swapped it over to the DC Superheroes one, where it actually said, like, you know, DC Heroes at the top, I believe it was, maybe, it's got the black bar. This here, you guys know what I'm talking about? They still released them in stores, but you couldn't get the Chases. They did the exact same thing with a lot of the original horror characters, where you could still pick up that Jason Voorhees, Freddy Krueger, some other ones as well, but they did not do the Chases to go along with them, which I think is a pretty cool way to do it. So that way, if you have the original Chases, it's not like, you know, a problem where they're like releasing them where they're now 1 in 6s. It's a great way to do it. And actually, if you think about it, it might even make the Chases a little bit rarer because it's more than a 1 in 36 because there are more of these characters out there. I don't know if it works like that, but you guys know what I mean? And well, anyways, everybody, that is pretty much everything for today. And again, if you guys want to check out Whatnot for yourself, I will have it linked in the description down below. And don't forget about that $15 off if it is your first time buying something. But seriously though, this has been a lot of fun. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you tomorrow.